How's it going, everyone? This is Trixx from MoS Smash, and in this video we're going to be talking about every single detail that was brought to us in this morning's reveal trailer for Steve from Minecraft. Yes, Steve from Minecraft. I never thought in a million years I'd actually be saying that this character is in Smash, but yet here we are. So a ton of things happen in this reveal trailer very quickly, but I'm going to take the time to slow things down and explain absolutely everything that I saw to give you guys a very clear picture of what we know so far. And I can honestly say that this is hands down one of the most intricate characters we've ever seen in Smash, and that's saying a lot. But right before we get started with the breakdown, I just want to mention that if you are new to Meta of Smash, we are a tips and tricks channel for Smash Ultimate. So if you're looking for competitive guides, and especially with regards to Steve, now that he's going to be dropping in the very near future, please be sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications on if you're looking to pick up this character and learn how to play him in the future. And so with all that being said, let's get into this analysis. So at the very beginning of the trailer, we see Steve drop down and perform a crouch and then starts walking. Not really the best crouching animation in the world, but he does have a crawl, which we're going to see in the future as well. Next up, we have a forward smash followed by a down smash. They're both going to have pretty solid range, and from the look of down smash, I feel like it's going to have an area effect or going to be able to two-frame pretty well, depending on how long the lava hitbox is active. Next, we have a pretty standard looking forward air, which is just going to be an overhead slash with his pickaxe. And then we have what I think is down tilt. It's going to have a pretty solid hitbox in front of him as well, but there's also like a hidden mechanic that might give us like an RNG spawn of food. So this is going to be able to probably heal you, not do anything too crazy as far as competitively, like 1 or 2%, something like Game & Watch's apples, but it is still something to mention. Also, depending on the hitbox type, if it happens to be like a multi-hit like a PK Fire, you might be able to combo into this or combo out of this as well. Or maybe get like a down tilt into grab or down tilt into F smash. We're going to have to see how this works in the future. Next we have Steve's grab, which is a tether grab, and it's very much so like Isabelle's fishing rod, so I have a feeling this is going to be the first tether grab that can actually reach over the ledge of the stage and grab people while they're recovering. Also, with the end leg of the up throw, I don't think this is going to combo. Also, this wasn't shown, but I'm willing to bet that he's going to be able to grab items with his grab. Next, I'm assuming this is going to be Steve's neutral special, where you use building blocks to build whatever you want. But notice in the first clip that he has the ability to change what type of block he is laying. I feel like there's going to be some sort of mechanic where you hold the B button and maybe press A and switch the type of block that you're going to place. Also notice that every block that he places is only below him, so he either has to walk forward or jump in order to place the block. But I do have another theory as to how these building blocks are going to work, and I feel like this is extremely unique, and if I somehow get this call out right, then this is going to be insane. In this next clip, when I first saw this in the reveal trailer, I could have swore that this was a taunt, but notice that he's actually mining Battlefield. This is not a taunt, this is a way of collecting resources, and I feel like as you mine more and more resources, you're going to build up an inventory of what you've mined, and in the order that you've mined it, you're also going to be able to place it. So for example, if you mine 5 pieces of stone, the next 5 neutral specials that you use are going to be stone. Also notice too, going back to our previous clip, that each of these blocks break at different speeds, so there's going to be different amounts of durability to each resource, and I think that's incredibly unique. I also thought here that this was another taunt, but notice that Steve is actually using the minerals that he mined to make different weapons, just like in his game. As far as how this works, this might actually be a taunt that allows you to upgrade your weapons, but I'm not entirely sure because that means that in Quick Play and Elite Smash, Steve will automatically be nerfed. So there might be another mechanic for this. My suggestion would be something like holding shield and B, just like Inkling when she's filling up her ink tank. Next, we have a pretty standard up air, which is an overhead swing with the pickaxe or sword, depending on which weapon you have out. And then that is followed by what looks like a very strong down air, which does have potential to probably spike. Also notice that Steve is crouching on top of his down air and then stands up, which leads me to believe that you'll be able to jump off of this and leave it on the stage as a platform. Next, moving forward, we have the reveal of Alex, which is going to be another skin for Steve. And notice in this next clip, he is using a diamond sword. I strongly believe that the mining system is going to allow Steve to upgrade his weapons and give him more damage output. So this is actually going to be a very in-depth and powerful character. This also looks like he's walking forward and performing a jab, similar to Mega Man when he's walking forward and performing his jab. So he's going to have a good amount of versatility when it comes to walling out opponents or pushing them into corners. Next we have Steve's side special, which is a minecart. It kind of reminds me of Wario's bike, where it's going to have a hitbox, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this later because it has a very unique mechanic, which we happen to see later in the trailer, so we'll come back to this. And then we have Steve's down special, which is this TNT, and in my opinion this looks broken for ledge trapping. You'll notice too that he has the ability to jump on a platform to detonate this. This also means that he can go out of his way to not detonate this and go for grabs as a mix-up on the ledge. All of his specials have one more unique mechanic that we're going to talk about in a future clip, and they are all showcased at the exact same time, including his up special, which is being showcased right here. Earlier I mentioned about Steve's crouch, and if you see on the right side of this clip, he actually does have a crawl. In my opinion, it's not going to be very good, but it is something to point out. Also in this clip, we have an F tilt on the left, and then we have an up tilt on the right, and a fair in the middle. Also, there's that little zombie Steve in the middle. I'm not entirely sure how that happened. Maybe he had a poison mushroom, or maybe that'll be explained in a future video, but once again, something to take note of. In this next scene here, you're going to see Steve take a swing at Wolf with nothing in his hand, which makes me believe that when you start a game, you're actually going to have no weapons, just like in Minecraft. So mining and building up your inventory and building your weapons is going to be an absolute essential for this character to be powerful. Also notice that when he gets thrown, he drops food, which leads me to believe that you're going to have the ability to lose things out of your inventory. So this is going to be very volatile for Steve. Taking hits or getting comboed can be incredibly devastating if it makes you lose your resources that you worked very hard to get in the first place. And then lastly, going back to talk about all of Steve's specials happening at the same time. There is a ton to unpack in this one scene. We'll start with a Steve on the right who's using his up special. You'll notice that once he flies across the screen, he actually dips downward, which means that you're going to be able to control where you are gliding to. Also notice that he lands on the detonator for the TNT and takes damage. This makes me believe that this is actually Alex's TNT, and any character who steps on that platform can detonate it. When Steve lands on the ground out of his up special, notice that there is a red ring around his body. That means if you land on stage like this is untechable. If you happen to land like this will be very, very punishable. I can imagine a lot of Fox up smashes in Steve's future. Next, let's take a look at Alex, and when he puts out his side B, notice that it has a hitbox, but not only that, it also has a command grab / berry mechanic. Look at DK's posture when he gets taken away in the minecart and carried off stage. This means that when someone gets hit by the minecart, rather than receiving knockback, they're going to have to mash out of this. And then lastly, and in my opinion this is probably the most insane thing, notice what Alex is doing to Hero once he uses Kaklang. He starts to mine him for iron. This makes me believe that Steve's ability to mine surpasses the ability to only mine the stage around him. He will be able to mine and use the abilities of any character that he comes in contact with. This means he's probably going to be able to mine Villager's tree to collect wood. He might even be able to mine Banjo while he's in Wonder Wing to collect gold. Right now the possibilities are endless. And then finally we have Steve's final smash. This is something that I honestly will probably never ever use because I don't play casually very often, but it does look like they put a decent amount of work into this and it is pretty interesting, so I'll give them that. And with that, that's going to be it for an absolutely full in-depth guide of every single thing that we saw in today's trailer for Steve. If you did in fact enjoy the video, please be sure to like and subscribe, as it does help out the channel tremendously, and we are so close to hitting 30,000 subscribers on the channel. And once again, this is Trixx from MoS Smash saying thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you guys next time.